So how did Nikola Tesla motivate his Pierce Arrow to move forward? What kind of AC motor did he have? Well, it was basically a disc. Along the lines of his patented AC generators that can put out tens of thousands of cycles per second, because they're not predicated on simply a disc. They're predicated on the grooves that are grooved into the disc in a radial fashion from the center outwards towards the periphery on both sides. And the grooves create triangular ridges along the length of the mountain side of the groove. And the valley side as well, both the trough and the peak. And by spinning it, you can get very high, and then you take it off at the edges. You have contacts. You can get a very fast... the contacts actually... I'm not sure how that works. I think what happens are eddy currents get set up in the disc due to the nature of the grooves, moving past the grooves of facing plates surrounding both sides of the moving disc. It's in a housing, and the inner surface of that housing also has grooves to match, but it spins past the other grooves, and so it sets up an AC cycle, and that gets taken off the disc. So this is the kind of AC motor that he had in his car, and it was free spinning. It was not hooked up to the transmission. There was no transmission in his car. There were brakes, but no transmission, because the car was running. It was being pulled. It was being pulled along. The chassis was being pulled along by this motor that was bolted to the chassis at the front end of the car, and all he had to do was steer and brake and vary the speed of the disc, because the disc was an anti-gravity disc. It was surrounding its immediate vicinity, but that's as far as it went. It did not make the Pierce Arrow an anti-gravity vehicle by no means at all, nor did it have to. All it had to do was move the car forward at 90 miles an hour, and considering that the anti-gravity craft of Nikola Tesla can do 4,000 miles and turn on a dime, how hard can it be to bring it down to 90 miles an hour top speed? I mean, come on. It's probably a dinky little thing. But that's all he had to do, was spin one disc, and that was it. So that lends itself very nicely to the 369 phenomenon, because you're not using the so-called generator anymore as a generator. You're using it as a motor, or as a free-spinning rotor is actually the correct way to describe it, because there's no load. It's not attached to anything. You do have to get it to spin at a very fast rate, and it has to be made out of aluminum. And that's about it, really. So you got grooves in it, and so you have an impedance match circuit connected to the housing surrounding it, imparting, AC wave fields of high frequency to the disc. I don't know, maybe you have more than one LRC circuit to take the disc through various frequencies to get it up to faster and faster speed and then you use whatever LRC circuit you want to use for the particular speed you want to go at. I mean, if he had 12 radio tubes, and each one of them was a variable vacuum capacitor,